Welcome to Riding Counsel with Rich Jaffe, where the open road meets expert advice. I'm Richard Jaffe, an attorney and biking enthusiast, and this is the podcast where we dive into the world of motorcycling, safety, culture, charitable giving, and riding right. So, whether you're a seasoned rider or just getting started, let's talk bikes, the road, and everything in between. Let's ride! All right. What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming over to ridingcounsel.com podcast. You returning listeners, you probably know who I am. I am Rich Jaffe. I am a podcaster. I am a motorcycle enthusiast, and I am a personal injury attorney. Most of the time, I represent people who are injured as a result of the negligence of others, and most of those people are on motorcycles, unfortunately. Which it's a blessing when you guys call me for help. You trust me, and I appreciate that, but it's also a big responsibility, and I take seriously. So we talk motorcycle law, we talk motorcycles, we talk charity, we talk things about riding right in the world of motorcycles, because I think motorcycle people are really good people, and we're going to talk about that. And if you like what you hear, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, live it, love it, learn it, tell your friends to subscribe, because there's a lot of good information on here. And today we're talking all about charity and riding right. And I have a very special guest today, and I'm going to let her introduce herself, because she's doing some really, really good things for this particular charity that she's here representing. And there's a great event coming up that I want everybody, you got to come out. It's going to be a really, really good time. But in the meantime, Dawn, hello. Thanks so much for coming, and thank you for your time and joining us and talking about yourself. So, Dawn, who are you? Give me the 411. Who are you? Like, what's your shoe size? What's your favorite food? Give me everything. I want to know everything about
My
you.
name is Dawn Demilia. I'm the president of Rockin' the Road for a Cure. It's a nonprofit organization, 501c3, for breast cancer. We help people with breast cancer who are going through their journey, through their diagnosis, and we help them in all different ways. So what happens is someone will give us a call, which you could reach us at 718-279-9366. Or you could reach me directly at 516-417-1911. Or you can email us at rockintheroadforacure@gmail.com. So,
all right, wait, let me just slow you down 1 second. So I just want to emphasize, it's rocking, right? ROCKING, the word the, road, for, like the word for, FOR, a
yes.
cure dot com or .org?
Well, our email is at gmail.com.
Oh, at Gmail. Okay, so rocking the road for a cure at gmail.com. Okay,
Right.
and I'm going to put that down below. So
And our
I'm going to put the
website.
numbers down and everything down below here.
Okay. And our website is rockingtheroadforacure.org.
Excellent. I'm going to put all that down here. All right. Well, I heard something you said 501c3. So does that mean something specific?
Well, we're recognized by the federal government. We're an federally exempt organization. So if anyone gives us a donation, whether it's monetary or in kind or raffles or something like that, they could use it as a tax write-off.
Right. It's a tax deduction. That's what I understood it to be. So,
Yeah.
and that's great. So, companies, if you're looking for, a really useful, tax deduction, here's your chance. I mean, the big companies and even individuals, whatever you could do. So,
Yes.
get involved. And this is all about helping people with breast cancer, you said. Is that right?
Yes, and we've helped other people that had other cancers.
Mhm.
We do sometimes, we'll make an exemption for, if we get a call and they're in dire straits and we get a reference. Sometimes, we do cross-reference referrals with other organizations, and, it could be the, cancercare.org, and they'll call us up and say, hey, we got somebody that has stomach cancer, who's really in need. Do you have any funding? You think you could help them out a little bit?
Right.
So sometimes we make exemptions. So we have worked with other people with other cancers as well. We've helped through the years, thousands of people with breast cancer, and their families as well. So
So
what
what
we
kind of
do.
yeah,
Mhm.
tell me. Keep going, keep going.
So, what we do is if somebody calls us or they email us, our nurse case manager will reach out to them, or I'll reach out to them just to get some initial information from them. If they contact me directly, and then I'll refer them over to the nurse case managers. And then they do an intake and they see exactly what their need is, what are they in need through this journey. And, that's what makes us different from other organizations. We're not a cookie cutter organization. We do have a list of things that we provide. However, we've gone outside of that box. And if, for example, we had somebody call us up who was getting treatment at Sloan Kettering, and they got stuck in a snowstorm and they had taken public transportation, and they had no money, and they got stuck with, the transportation was no longer running, and they asked if we could pay for a hotel room for them for the night.
Hmm.
And it was somebody that we had been working with. We said, yeah, no problem. So we called up the hotel. We, gave them our credit card, and she had a place to stay for the night. So the next day, transportation got running again, and she got to get home. So it's just, one example of many that where we go outside of the box of, what people may need, so as I said, our nurse case manager works with that person on an individual basis. And depending on their need, sometimes even somebody may say, I'm more concerned about my children than myself. It's Christmas time. I have no money. I would like to get my children a few gifts. I feel terrible. And that's what would make me feel good at this time, going through my journey. So, then we'll let them pick some gifts out on Amazon and have it sent over to their house directly.
That's fantastic.
Things like that are just something you're not going to see another organization do, and, this is what is most important to them. And what we want to try to do is make their journey as least stressful as possible, whatever we could do to help them. And yeah, we do provide wigs if they needed, prosthetics. We provide massage. We provide Reiki, acupuncture, housekeeping, transportation. All those other things that a lot of organizations may also provide as well. Unfortunately, before COVID, we were going into the homes of people that had breast cancer.
Hmm.
I'm a 3-time survivor. And I found, for me, yoga was very therapeutic for me. Yoga and meditation and stuff, where I literally, like, my first journey, my first bout of breast cancer, I went away to a retreat who offered me restorative yoga. And I just bursted out in tears,
Hmm.
like, after doing it. And I didn't realize how much emotion I was holding in, because I'm like, I could handle this. I could handle this. I could handle this. Now I'm on like 4th round of chemo. I'm totally bald. I got sores in my mouth. I got sores on my feet. And I'm away at this retreat that I drove myself to. And I just bursted out. And
Hmm.
after I left that retreat was when I said, I had that aha moment. Like, I have to do something for people, but where I go into the home, because this needs to be brought to them. They don't need another doctor's appointment or something they need to be at where they got to run out of the house. They got to get ready. They got to put their wig on, or they got to cover their head and, worry about things. I want to make it so that it's as stressless as possible. And they receive some of the therapeutic modalities that they would not initially be able to get on their own.
Wow, you really have a lot of resources that you could put your hands on and help people, and that's fantastic. So I'm sure that you need support for your organization as well. So I guess that's the reason for this event coming up that you're going to have.
Yes, we have our 16th annual motorcycle run for breast cancer, and it's one of our biggest fundraisers. We look for sponsors, where you get advertisements on all of our social media during the event. Mention in our, if we get news coverage as well. There's different levels of sponsorship. So if anyone's interested, you could go to our website, rockintheroadforyourcure.org, and you could see our levels of sponsorship as well. And then the day of the event, we have many people from the motorcycle community who come to our event. It's a police escorted run. And we're starting off this year at the American Legion in Massapequa, post 1066, which is 66. It is Veterans Boulevard, and it's in Massapequa. And registration begins at 9 a.m., kickstands up at 11 a.m. And you come back to a party. We got bands, we got food, we have vendors, we have games, lots of good stuff, giveaways, raffles. So it's a great event. I'm on my 16th annual. We usually get about, I don't know, it was like 600 bikes or something, and
Wow.
about 1,000 people that attend.
Wow, that's
So,
great. That's so great. I mean, well,
yeah.
okay. Did you tell us a date? Is it October
October 5th.
October 5th at 9
Sunday.
a.m. in Massapequa at the VFW?
Yes.
And if anybody wants to, let's say somebody wants to register who's listening to this, I'm sure they could register before the ride, right?
Yeah, we'll have our registration up next week at rockintheroadforyourcure.org. And if you pre-register, you get a free event t-shirt. So
So,
I encourage all of you to pre-register. And also you save $5. It's $5 less if you register online than it is the day of. So it's $25 if you pre-register online for the rider, $20 for the passenger. The rider will get a free t-shirt if you pre-register, and the day of is $30 for the rider, $25 for the passenger. And then we also have VIP riders, and that's $100 for the rider, and it is, I believe, $35 for the passenger. But with the VIP rider, you get to be up front of the line on the run. You get specialty parking. You get a VIP bar that only the VIPs are allowed in. There is also alcohol that's served in the bigger catering hall area if anybody would like. But there's also a smaller bar at the post where our VIPs go as well. And then that includes lunch also. So if you can afford it, we appreciate that you could give that type of donation. And we appreciate anyone that comes to the run. And please come to the run. Even if you don't ride, come and support. We have donation buckets around. So if you just come and you want to listen to the music, you want to get something from the food truck, you want to, buy some raffles, come and support, come and support us, show your support and love,
and
because
there's going
we're
to be a
out
lot of,
there for you. Come there for us on that day.
and there's going to be a lot of vendors there too, right? I mean,
Yes,
people
we'll have
selling
lots
stuff.
of mhm,
Yeah,
many different vendors
right.
as
And
well.
some music too, you said?
Yeah, we're going to have a few bands performing as
Wow.
well. We
Wow.
have Crisis. We have
And
my band,
it's also going to
Mistress of
be
Evil.
a really safe ride too, because you said it's there's a police escort, so which I love.
Yes.
That guarantees like there's no crazy people that are going to drive into the ride like all of a sudden. So it's going to be nice and safe, and it's not your first rodeo. It's going to be a great time. It's not like the first show, the first time around, and you're feeling things out. You're going to make mistakes. This is year number 16, and this is
Yeah,
fantastic.
it is. And we have a lot of the LEMCs that help us. So we
Right.
have the Punishers, and then we have the MCs. We have the Alliance Club. We have the Independents who come and help us. And yeah, we have a bunch of guys that are hands on with us. They help with moving things in the morning, with security, with, flagging the bikes for us to make sure everybody's safe. Besides the police officers, we have external help as well, which helps to keep everything organized. And, our police escorts have done an amazing job throughout the years. They block off the entrances and the exits when you have the roundabout exits and stuff like that, to make sure that nobody comes in between the people from the beginning to the end. So usually they'll have somebody at the end of the ride, the beginning, and somebody in the middle that's blocking off as well. So And a lot of our riders look out for each other, of course.
Yes, absolutely. I was just about to say that there's different kinds of events out there and different charity events in addition to yours. But while other people do come to these events, I find that motorcycle riders always support the kind of event that you're running. And I think that's so great of bikers. They seem to play such an integral part of the fundraising, and it goes so far against what people think about motorcycle riders when they see like a guy with a beard and mustache and they have the leather vest on and the chains or something like that riding this gigantic Harley. You think this guy's pretty scary, but in reality, people come and support, these bikers come and support an event like yours and give to a very important cause.
Yes, the motorcycle community, I have to say, is the best community when it comes to supporting different causes or even individuals. A lot of times, unfortunately, people get injured or pass from an injury from getting hit on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And, they always come together, even if it's a last minute thing to raise money for for the biker's family, or it could be a charity like mine, cancer, or it could be for another type of disease. There's a nice brother and sisterhood that comes together with riding,
Yeah.
which is, you don't see that in most any other communities, except maybe the musical community as well. I find that a lot,
Hmm. Hmm.
that they're very supportive when it comes also to causes, and stepping up and performing for free to get people to come in, and to help to raise money for a particular cause, again, for a particular person as well.
Well, while we're here, I just want to ask anybody who is listening or watching, especially people who are watching on YouTube and other places, do me a favor. I want you to comment. Are you coming to this event? Who are you? Because I'm going to be there. Okay. Ridingcounsel.com is going to be there. And that's going to be me because I am Riding Counsel. And maybe some of my clubs, some Blue Knights. I'm going to be there. But if you're going to be there, let me know below because I want to shake your hand. I just want to thank you in person for coming to this wonderful event. And I can also introduce you to Dawn, who's going to be there personally. You're going to be there, right? You're the president.
Of course, I'll be there. I'm usually running around, but I do get on stage and I thank all my sponsors and I thank everybody for coming. And I'll, give a little speech of what we do, a quick speech, so people know where their money is going. Our money, everything that you donate, goes directly to our patients, or to our service providers who help our patients. In other words, like the nurse case manager or the Reiki instructor or the acupuncturist, or it could pay for a wig, or, we always give, when somebody signs up with us, we give them what we call our breast cancer essentials bag. So in there are things that you'll need through your journey. It might be system is totally suppressed, so you need these special types of items that we do provide for you, as well as a post-op bag. So if you do call us up before surgery and we know you're going into surgery, we'll send a post-op bag. Everything in there is donated through Henry Sheen, who is a surgical supply company, and in partnership with Farmingdale, their nursing and dental chapter has given us these bags to give out. They're called Henny bags, and they're in honor of Henny, who had breast cancer as well, who I have met. So, and we have paired up, and she has asked me to give these bags out.
Mm.
So we do a
Wow.
lot of partnerships. So anybody out there, hey, if you have an item you think would go great in our essential bag, give me a call, 516-417-1911, and you'll contact me and we'll talk about it. So we do have some people that donate. Like we have another organization that gives us special, they're like, they're drinking glasses, and they have like a little coal inside to filter the water. So if you happen to be out and you cannot, get fresh water or clean water, and you have to use like the sink or something like that, it'll filter your water that you'll drink, and just things like that we put in the bag. and that's, donated by another organization called Seashore Organization,
Mm.
and who is ran by Jenny Charon, who's on my board. So, and by the way, we do have, I just want you to know, our board is ran by a lot of volunteers who we have supported through their journey, have either become volunteers for us or they have come on our board. So we have a lot of hands-on people that have been through the journey, and they're just there to give back, just to give back and help all of you who are going through this journey.
That's fantastic. That's so amazing. I mean, I do have a question though. I mean, we're dealing with a really heavy topic as much as we'd like to have fun on the show. I mean, it's cancer, and I mean, it's not something to be played around with. And it affects not only the people who have the cancer, but also their loved ones. And with such a heavy emotional kind of topic that we're discussing, that you face probably every day doing what you're doing, how is it that you keep motivated? How is it that you keep the cancer and the idea of cancer and all the potential depression from keeping you down?
Well, I'm going to say it's all those hugs I get. So part of what we do as well, I know we do a lot of things. That's why anyone out there that wants to give a donation, we could really use it. So part of what we do is every other week, we deliver food to people that are going through cancer treatments. And it doesn't only have to be breast cancer. That's when I'm telling you, we do provide services for other cancers. We will deliver food where we get donations from Whole Foods, from Food Rescue, from pantries, from Stop and Shop. We meet in the parking lot every other week in Mineola at 8:30 a.m. every other Saturday morning. If anyone wants to volunteer, again, give me a call, 516-417-1911, or email us at rockintheroadforacure@gmail.com. So we put these packages together with lots of different food in it. And I have I call them the dream team of volunteers who, are assigned to drop off the food to anywhere from 2 to 4 people, and they bring the food to them. And that's another thing to help make a person's journey a little less stressful. You have some extra food, maybe with that money you would have spent on food, you could use to pay a bill. Because I know for myself, I was hit with financial toxicity from being diagnosed with cancer. I had to go through 401ks, like a lot of my money that I had saved. I have none for retirement at this point because of all the bills, because I had to stop working, because, everyone chooses, they're living a life of, what they have coming in as far as income, and you choose to buy a certain house or live in a certain apartment based on your income, or maybe you and your partner's income. And then all of a sudden you get diagnosed and you can no longer work. And now you're getting with short-term disability, $100 and something a week,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you no longer could afford many things. And and I get that. I've been through it. And that's why I know, even just delivering meats and eggs and things that people need could save $200 every other week and could go towards another bill in your house. So hopefully we're helping. And then there's people that actually forget about the bills, that just need food that we deliver to. I mean, we are helping people that are underinsured, as well. So they already have financial toxicity, and there's a lot of people that are single moms who have children who are in need of food and other things, transportation. They have no way, they don't even have enough money, even if they were to use public transportation, to get to their appointments. So we work with a lot of different levels of people in the community. But as I said, no matter what, you're hit with financial toxicity, and we're there to help. And again, give food. And hey, if anyone has any connections with supermarkets or people that, run a business that provides food, we could always use food to give out to our patients. So, whether you're a special company that specializes in pastas or rice or, dry goods or even meats, whatever, or produce, whatever you could donate. Again, we meet every other Saturday in Mineola in the morning. You could meet us with a truckload of food for us and we could give it out to the cancer patients.
Wouldn't
So,
that be great? That would be great. That would be
yes.
great.
And we have had that. We had, where some people will come and meet us in the parking lot, have collected food. And, they'll give it to us and we'll disperse it in the bags for our patients. So every
Well, let
bit
me
helps.
I know I have a lot of good listeners out there, a lot of good-hearted listeners. And again, anybody out there who wants to get involved, first of all, if you missed any of the numbers, okay, but I'm going to publish all the numbers again. First thing I would need you to do, all right, like my podcast, hit that like button, subscribe, share, okay. But also, if you need more information, you can always give me a call. You can get in touch with me, Rich Jaffe, at ridingcounsel.com. Okay, you could post a comment below, but I just want to tell them your information one more time because I need you to get involved. I need everybody out there to come out on October 5th. And if you need the information, it's going to be on the website. You can also register. Probably by the time this is being published, you can go on the website and register. But get involved, do something. I mean, Dawn is an amazing person and she has a lot of amazing volunteers, but unfortunately there's a lot of victims of cancer out there. The last statistics I read, at least on Long Island, was 1 in 9. So that's just still a crazy kind of statistic. But Dawn,
Yeah.
can you just do me a favor, give them the information again about how to get involved, where to find the information?
Yes. So you could reach us through our email at rockingtheroadforacure@gmail.com. You could look at our website at rockingtheroadforacure.org. There is a section there that you could click under About that says Be a Volunteer. If you want to volunteer, you could fill out that application and we will get that. If you like to give a donation, on the top of, when you go onto our website, on the top right hand corner, you'll see a donate button. You could click to donate. And if you want to participate in our motorcycle run, you could click on that to get tickets. You could get a regular rider, passenger, or a VIP rider and passenger. That'll be separated. Also, you'll have sponsorship opportunities as well. If you like to give a corporate sponsorship, individual sponsorship, or you would like to sponsor a rider, we're going to have that as well. So if you have a friend that rides and maybe you don't ride, but you would like to sponsor that rider who's going to be riding, and you're going to sponsor them on behalf of maybe yourself or somebody special in your life that has had cancer or has unfortunately passed from cancer, you could fill out the application, put their name, and at the event, we'll have a certificate with your name, the rider's name, and the person who it's in memory or honor of. So there's a lot of opportunities for you to help us with this event and make it a very successful event.
That's a wonderful tribute that you can do. So I want to see everybody out there. I want to see everybody get involved in this. This is something to get behind and come out to the event because it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be music. There's going to be food. There's going to be stations that they're selling things, the vendors. There's going to be a lot of good people. It's going to be police escorted. So it's going to be really safe and it's going to be an amazing ride.
Yes.
And, also Dawn's going to be there. So who wants to, just come down, talk to Dawn. I'm going to be there too, but I don't know. If I were you, I would much rather see Dawn.
Yeah,
I'm not
come
gonna
down.
lie.
And also, the reason why we have the event at the American Legion is because we're also supporting our veterans, which is very important. So any drinks that you buy at the bar, or through the catering hall, all that goes to our veterans, that money. So we're there to support them as well. Because without our veterans, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have our freedoms that we have right now. So
100%. Thank you,
definitely come
veterans.
down.
Yeah.
You're supporting, not only breast cancer, but our veterans. So it's a win-win. And again, hey, just come down. Even if you don't have any money, just come down and be there and, support the
Yeah.
bands that are,
Give out some
providing
hugs. Get out some hugs to the people.
yeah, give out some hugs. And like I was saying before, how we got on the subject of food delivery was that I deliver personally myself, and I get to meet my patients and my clients, and they are so grateful that a lot of times they'll start tearing up and they'll hug me, and that's what keeps me going is just those hugs, just people saying how much it means to them that we're there to help them. The organization Rockin' the Rope for a Cure is there to help them. And I'm just one person, and I couldn't do this without my dream team of volunteers, without my board of directors who all help, without, my boyfriend, Johnny, who's out there and he's helping pick up the food in the morning, and my family members, his family members. We're all one big family, and we're here to help. And I know and I understand that not everybody has a big support system. And, we're here to be your external support. I am lucky. I have a big Italian family, and I had, through my journeys, I've always had support from my family. And I know that not everybody has that, and my friends. And I know
you've been through a lot, and you made it through, and you're helping everybody else make it through too. I mean, it's my hats off to you. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you find the energy. I don't know how you do it, but
I don't know either. I squirrel it away and then I burst out. I squirrel it and burst out.
All right. Well, everyone's got to help out. Everyone, really, I want you to get on board with this. You got to get online and on board, and reach out to Dawn. I want everybody to get involved. But Dawn, I think that's all the time we're going to have for this episode of ridingcounsel.com. But before anybody leaves, subscribe, share, and get involved. Get involved with Dawn. All the information is below. All the information is available to you. No excuses. Just come down. If you just come down, and you're going to have an amazing time.
And check out our podcast. Yeah. Double D, turning a negative into a positive.
So you got that double. So it's DD, or is it spelled out double D?
Double DOU, the word double, and then DEE, turning a negative into a positive.
All right. Excellent. Okay. So you can leave and listen there. So a lot of ways, man, a lot of ways. But we got to go. So I thank everybody out there for listening to this episode. And I really want to see you on October 5th for this event. And I just want to thank you, Dawn, again, for sharing all this information and doing what you do. And to all the volunteers, thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm sure a bunch of our listeners and watchers are really going to get involved. So thanks a lot for being on the show, Dawn.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap for this episode of Riding Counsel with Richard Jaffe. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the ride, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share with your fellow riders. Until next time, keep the rubber side down and ride safe.